do. The heart of real estate. Woohoo!
There we go. We're here. It's Tuesday. Welcome, everybody.
Hello. Sorry, that was my dog. Jasper.
You know it's live when?
We promise never to say the H word again because otherwise that'll happen. Jasper, come here. Okay, so thanks for joining us today, friends and family on Facebook, fellow lovers of real estate.
Hello. I'm going to tag it on my Facebook here real quick.
Yeah, you get some activity going there.
Yeah.
We wanted to come to you today. Some of you saw our awesome video at the Acre just recently.
There we go. It's on there.
And we wanted to just touch base again and show you how much we love real estate. Talk to you a little bit. We've got some people on already. If you guys love real estate, make sure you're telling us. Hi, Kelly. Good to see you. It's been a long time. Do you love real estate? How about you tell us why? Write, comment, like. Yeah. So we're speaking from the heart here today, connecting with you.
Yes, absolutely. Hello. Oh my goodness, there's lots more people.
Yeah.
I'm watching.
Hi, Tara. Hi, Elizabeth. Good to see you. You love real estate. We know that you have, you and your family are very much entrenched in real estate and have made it a part of your big why in life. So thanks for joining us today on the chat. Tara and I both share your passion and your love for real estate. So yeah, let's start with some of the reasons why we love real estate so very much.
Yeah, we'll get to the roots of it all today for our first chat. So
Yeah.
I love real estate. Leverage is a big key. It was
Absolutely.
a massive thing for me. My mom said that I'd be good at it because I'm really good with people, so it opened it up. And then I went to a RAIN meeting first, so I didn't start my real estate before RAIN. I went to RAIN and then I did real estate.
Awesome.
So, and that was one of the things they said was that you only need so much down, and then you get the asset, and the tenants pay for it, which was fantastic because I get to have a larger asset for only a little bit of money, and I don't have to pay for anything but the down payment. So
That's awesome. So you can leverage your money and other people's money to be able to create more money for the future.
and that's it. Yeah. So that was a big driver for me, and then from that it kind of morphed into there's so many things with real estate that it can get for you, and that's what it fits because it can fit for everyone.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah, absolutely. And it makes me think of that word leverage, which we were just chatting about before we came live. That word is very ingrained in real estate. You can leverage all of your resources in real estate, your money, your time, your capacity, your network. And it's about that. It's not about taking advantage of people, but leveraging and supporting each other for creating win-win opportunities, right?
And that's it. Win-win, for sure. And even as a realtor now, it's win-win. Like, it doesn't have to be me against you. We're both representing our client to be and win-win.
I wish all realtors saw it that way. I wish all realtors saw it as a cooperative and a collaborative as opposed to a competitive thing, right?
Yeah.
I think there's so much opportunity for us to create more success for everybody if we join together a little bit more. So maybe we'll inspire that a little bit here today. Maybe we can have some other realtors come along and tell us why you love real estate beyond just a commission check. Because we all know that it's not just about the commission. If you're making income, you're spending lots on expenses, and you have a lot of time, and you have a lot of other sacrifices, right? One thing when I was thinking about this, going into this video, I was thinking about flexibility and work-life balance and stuff, but that's, I think, a cliche almost to say, because it gives you opportunities and it gives you a chance to do stuff, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're not going to be working as hard as if you were at a job. In fact, you're probably going to be working harder.
Yes,
right?
for sure, yeah.
But it gives you opportunities, and it does give that flexibility. An example, Michelle was going to meet with a client have a business meeting today, and the dad had to stay home with the kid, with his sick daughter. So there you go. Perfect example. That person didn't have to check in with the boss. He didn't have to, follow up a chain of command to be able to take care of what was most important to him, which is his family. So we think that for us is a very big part of it, is creating opportunities for our family.
Oh, 100%. Because you can. It's an appointment. It's appointment based.
Absolutely.
So as much as, yes, I got to make this appointment because I got to fill my vacancy, or I got to whatever it is. And however, real estate, you can do property management, you can be the silent investor, you can be a realtor. Like there's so many different things. Like within my path, I started out as I'm going to do all the work, and I had investors, and then I started doing a little bit of assistance in helping people with the property management, and then I did the realtor. So it's morphed for me as well, my role within it, and as an REIA now. So real estate, it's such a large thing. Like you can
absolutely.
do so many things.
There's diversification for everybody. Everybody has the opportunity to play a role in real estate and to find their own version of success, right?
And that's it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Like it's changed, it's morphed. I was able to be, I had a job when I was the partner that did all the work, and then still being able to raise my kids at home and do that type of stuff.
And now you've diversified even further, and you're a realtor and an investor and a mom, and you get to use the power of leverage of your license now to help more of your investors, and you're now a REIA coach too. So you could even help people with their own mission and figuring out how they're going to get to where they want to go, right?
Yeah. And then you got on your side where you and Michelle have been working together, and you're doing two separate things together.
Absolutely. Family is definitely at the heart of real estate for me. For anybody who knows, I grew up around real estate. My dad and my stepmom have been longtime investors. And even my mom, as she purchased houses for us to live in, she was very strategic when it came to following the mortgages and leveraging what assets she had, right? So real estate it's been a part of everybody's life, really. Whether you've been a renter your whole life or an owner or an investor. If you're an owner, you are technically an investor too, if you never thought of it that way. Everybody who owns a piece of real estate or plays a piece of the puzzle, I think that they should look at it as an investment, even if it's just your primary residence, right?
Oh, absolutely. That's a lot of people. They only have the one, and then when they retire, they're going to sell it, and that's going to be their retirement. So even then, like, it's an investment for sure.
Absolutely. And that's another reason why I love real estate, because it can help you today and it can help you for your future. There's tons of opportunities to create active income. Whether you're consulting, you're doing flip renovation projects, you are, the numbers are endless. You're a realtor, that's active income right there. So everything under the sun. And then you can also be planning for your future and buying investment real estate for the future, or getting involved with other sorts of long-term investment strategies around real estate where you have started to create other revenue streams, passive and future revenue streams.
Totally.
My goal is to have my passive income offset my expenses. That's where we're going, right? And a lot of people have that same goal. And doing just a job or even being a realtor or whatever is not enough. Active income alone, unless you are really, really, really good at pinching your pennies and saving and stretching that dollar, you're going to need to do something to invest and leverage the time and the money that you're putting in today so that you can live the life that you want in the future and today too, right? Like it is about... You got to have the YOLO in there too, right?
Oh, absolutely. There's no doubt about it, because it is, in the end, we are people who are on a life path, and real estate needs to fit into that instead of us fit into real estate.
I like that, and I like where we're going with that too, because as much as it is about the future, it is about today, and you can't lose sight of the journey and the work that's going to come into it and the love that's going to come into it, like making new friends and learning how much we are really all on the same page. You know what I mean? Like smoke and mirrors and Facebook and Instagram profiles aside, nowadays a lot of us hide behind our monitors and our screens, and we've lost touch with how much we are the same. We are all on the same mission to be acknowledged, to be loved, to be living our own best definition of life, period. Anything else on top of that is just your own definition of how you want to feel and what you want to attract in your life. But it's all about love. It's really just about connecting and being grounded in that, in my opinion.
Yeah. One of the things that I always rang through was on Oprah. I was a big Oprah fan, and still am. And on one of her last shows, she said people always just wanted to be seen. No matter who they were, after an interview, be like, how did I do? Because they want to be seen and they want to be heard. And
absolutely.
That's awesome.
Well, and there's room for all of that too. There's lots of room for ego in this industry and being celebrity, and especially with social media now. Absolutely. People can have, any number of entry points that fill your own value systems, and as long as you're trying to find win-win and in it for the good of the many, then I support you, and I'll support you. I'll share your stuff on Facebook.
Totally. It's true. Well, it is win-win, because we all should be able to accomplish whatever dreams that we have in life. And
Absolutely.
together is the only way that we can do that. Together. Because if you're a lone wolf somewhere, you're going to come to the end, and then you're going to be like, oh, I did it for what? I'm alone.
Yeah.
Right?
Or you'll have all these ideas and intentions inside of you, and that old adage of the highway to hell is paved with good intentions, right?
Yes.
Because a lot of people don't actually get off their own tuchus to turn those intentions into something. It doesn't have to be perfect, and that's, I think, part of where we get stuck to nowadays with social media and with what we feel keeping up with the Joneses should be nowadays. You lose track of yourself really easily in all of that.
Oh, yes. 100% it's easy to lose track of who you are, because you just keep going. You keep going without actually pausing to take a breath.
Or you feel you need to be so perfect or like everything else that you see before you put yourself out there. You know, one of my holdbacks is definitely feeling like it's got to be a certain way, or am I good enough to share the message that I got that inside of me, and so I need to just start getting it out there and spreading joy and focusing on that.
You are good enough.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, and we're here to support each other in that. Of course. And we're here to support you in that too, right?
Yes.
And just keep conversations alive. Elizabeth, you are engaging. I love it. Togetherness helps accountability for sure. Absolutely does. And I think that we all can be more of cheerleaders for each other. You know, if nothing else, just try to support your fellow comrade, your fellow peer who's doing fighting the same fight as you, on the same mission. I think it's easy to feel like you got to keep your cards up or not connect. I don't mean you, Elizabeth. I'm just now talking in broad strokes, but I feel it too. I see it, how it shows up for people. I think if we just committed to being supportive of each other and leveraging each other, we're going to realize how much there is an opportunity to help each other in their own missions and still find your own success and not, miss out or anything like that.
You keep saying champion. I love that we can be champions for each other. You mentioned that, and you showed that video on your Facebook, and then when we were at Acre, you mentioned it, and I just love that word, because it is being a champion for each other, and we can be champions for each other in so many different ways, just beyond real estate and within any faction within real estate. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'll give credit to that one to my stepmom, Stephanie. Her and my dad and my mom, everybody in my world has always been such a big champion in my life. And that's some languaging that she's always utilized. And so I feel like it's something that we all can just really be for each other. It lives inside. And I hope to be it for you completely.
As me for you. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think being here together and having these conversations and inviting these other people to have the conversations, success isn't pie. When someone does more, it doesn't mean you have to get less.
Absolutely.
Without a doubt. We all can achieve whatever dream. There's enough for everything to go around if we work together and support each other.
Sustainable resource, right? That kind of makes me think about another reason I love real estate. It's because it's an ecosystem. It is supportive and dependent on each other. The environment definitely affects the inhabitants and vice versa, right down from the investors and the fellow people, people who are buying and selling, right down to the renters, the heart of the people who just want to live somewhere and live in a nice, affordable, safe, loving space.
Yeah.
And us as rental home providers.
Yes, good language. Rental home providers. Yes.
That's our commitment. We are providing safe and a loving space for people to call home, to create families around, to make memories and to establish themselves. Yeah. That in itself is the greatest gift that I feel that I can contribute in this world, is to provide safe, affordable housing. And then build upon on all top of that, right?
Yeah, I love the word home. I love the feeling when my mom still lives in the same house that I grew up in. Like she was pregnant, her water broke, carrying the garbage out, the same house. And there's just so much for me in knowing that she was able to provide that home and that space. And how many times did I move back home growing up? But that word home, and to be able to provide that and have that for my children, that home. And then being able to give it to tenants, and that's really great. I love that home. Yeah,
because otherwise it's just a box with some twigs and some drywall and paint. The rest of it doesn't matter. It's It's shelter, which is, you know, absolute importance for our survival. But I think beyond that, it is what we put inside of it. You know, the love and everything that goes into that, right?
Yeah, home. That's a big thing for me. Home, family, love. I got a Scrabble board on the back of my walls, and it's family, home, and love.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah, that's a big thing for me. Totally.
It totally is. I'm feeling it from you. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Me too.
Yeah.
And for me, I've moved so many times over the years. I was born in Edmonton. I lived in Kingston. I moved back to Edmonton, and within Edmonton, I've probably moved 10 times since I've been back or
Wow.
more. So home, as much as it is that long-term place, it is just what you fill in that space. So we've been here for a couple years in this house in particular, but it feels like a home that I've been in for a long time. We have so many memories baked into it. So it's neat how you can create that in an instant, and you can have that over a lifetime, depending on the love that goes into it, really,
Totally.
right? So it's creating a
Absolutely.
space for people to
Yeah.
just be in love.
Well, and this is the first time I've been in your home, and you can feel that it's home.
Nice.
So I would never have known you'd moved that much, to be honest with you, because it just feels
I'm
like
glad.
you've been situated here for a really long time.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? It's
No,
not
so,
the
see,
clutter,
but
right?
for me, no, but for me, like, because that's, I don't know, given my roots and where I've come from.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but shows you like that the shorter term can also create that space too.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and my husband's family was RAF, so they moved around all the time. Like when my mother-in-law helped us move into the house we just moved into, I was like, man, you can tell you're so efficient with this unpacking and
Oh,
this.
yeah.
I would have been lost without her because it's not something that's fit for me in my past. But yeah, she moved around and she's very much this is my home, and she can create that energy like that because that's the space that she
Cool.
that she grew up in. Yeah, it was fantastic to walk. And thank you, Sam, for helping me out when I moved, because that was there's Greg. Hi, Greg.
Hello.
Yeah, so real estate, it's just fantastic because it's just there's so many things and there's so many different ways, and we are very much blue and emotional people here.
Oh, yeah.
And if we were not, and we were very like logistical, and it would be a totally different conversation that we'd be having here.
And I think we have some of those qualities in us. That's how we are finding success in it, right?
Oh, 100%.
But it starts with the heart. It starts with the
Yeah.
vulnerability, with the conversation, with just being genuine with each other and supporting common goals and common but different goals and figuring out where you really have alignments. Like today blew our mind, by the way. We got together, we sat down this morning, and we did not realize how connected we really are. How
It's
similar
true.
our paths are. How many things that are just connected at the core of our existence. And you
Yes.
don't know that unless you reach out and you just start engaging and asking questions.
And you be vulnerable enough to own your position. You have to own where you are to take the next step.
Yes,
And-
because if you wouldn't have started getting yourself out there like you have been, I wouldn't have reached out to you at Acre, and we wouldn't have
I know,
started
and that's
to
it.
cultivate this.
Yeah, and it doesn't need to be perfect. That was one of
No.
the teachings that we've had is being real. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just need to step out, and you need to go, and
Yeah.
you need to be authentic and help. All it takes is one step.
Yeah, marked improvement. I've been keeping that in my mind.
That's a good phrase.
Because it's not about perfection, it's about marked improvement, making a notable difference, right?
Yeah.
I think about that when I clean my floors all the time. We have 2 kids, 2 and a 1-year-old, and a dog, a 5-year-old dog who's 85 pounds. He's literally bigger than the both of them combined. So when I'm sweeping and
He's
I'm
pretty
cleaning my
big, yeah.
floors, it's, yeah.
He's pretty big.
I'm not going for a win. I'm just going to clean, I'm not going for perfection or to get everything up, because as soon as I finish, he's going to walk through and mess everything up. But it is about improving it, right?
Yeah.
And so that could be translated into every area of your life. Nothing needs to be perfect. What is perfection anyhow? Whose opinion is perfect?
No.
I say F that, and I say just do you to the best that you can.
Yeah.
And make an improvement for your own sake.
And I'm 100% for that as well. Be authentic and be real and just keep moving. Because momentum,
Yep.
that's the key, is you got to take the first step, and then you take another one, and then you take another one. Momentum, it's the only way to go forward.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only way to move.
Absolutely. Momentum and evolution, and
Yeah.
constantly staying, aware of where the market is and what your focuses are, right?
Yeah. And that's it.
And we were just touching on that. I think that real estate is something that serves all walks of life. Even if you look at who are our local realtors, within the city of Edmonton, you have every single age bracket, almost every single ethnicity, all different types of motives and reasons why and whatnot, right? So that's just realty. That's not talking about investors, and a lot of our friends and family, or a lot of our network are RAIN members, right? Real Estate Investment Network. But that's not even a fraction of the investors out there. There are many people who have come into it through family legacy or just stumbled into real estate or have done other programs or whatever. When you think of how many people in Edmonton and Leduc and like our little geography area who are actively participating in real estate and in affecting a change in real estate, it is significant how many different people are participating. So that's cool. It's accessible for everybody.
Well, and it's not just, and it's culturally different too. Like you get people who come from all different countries who are immigrating to Canada and how they view real estate as a home or as an investment, or it's totally different. Like that real estate investment banking. That's not something that's really a Canadian thing, to park your money in a piece of real estate. Because for us, I think most Canadians see it as an actual active investment.
Yep.
Where other countries are putting it as a motive for banking. Like, so real estate, it's massive if you think about how different people view it and everything. Like real estate investment banking, it wouldn't have hit my sphere.
Yeah.
At all. Because it's an active investment for me and the network of people that I've had conversations with.
Absolutely, right? And then you take it all the way up the scale and you start to own mortgages, right? One day you can maybe have a mortgage for some other investor to go buy their own property with, right?
Right.
I think that the opportunities for that are very cool. You can get into real estate whether you have $5,000 or you have $500,000. There are ways for you to start earning some equity. You could become a rent-to-own tenant, work with an investor who has a property and is willing to allow you to buy in for a smaller down payment and be building equity from the moment that you start living in it.
Yeah.
All the way up to, like I said, holding a mortgage in itself, right?
Yeah.
So it's really accessible for people to participate within the game of real estate.
Well, I even started real estate without having any money. I found joint venture partners who invested in me and my vision and my passion for what real estate could get for their future and for my future.
Absolutely.
So I didn't even have any. I just had time. I was a server and a young mom, so I was. That was it. I was just passionate about being able to create a future where I didn't have to miss a Christmas concert. That was really what started me, is I didn't want to miss a Christmas concert because I had to have a job.
I love that.
I didn't want to. So I was like, I joined RAIN, and they said, you could do this with other people's money? That's a thing? I didn't know. So then I started went out to my network, and I was just like, let's do this. I know I can do this.
Yep.
So let's do this together. So you can create yours, and I can create mine. And that's with no money.
And then you went further down that rabbit hole and you learned that you can also do creative strategies like agreement for sales or different things where you don't actually need really any money to start, right? You don't need a mortgage, for example. You don't need to go to a financial institution to lock up funding for it if done well. And legally, you're going to have contracts and everything 100%. All in order. Don't get me wrong here. We're not talking smoke and mirrors. We're genuine creative strategies. Not everything has to be transacted on the MLS. And that is another layer of how it's a big ecosystem, right?
Yeah. That's how we bought our primary residence. We just bought now was agreement for sale.
Perfect. So for anybody who doesn't know what an agreement for sale is, essentially you're going to have your purchase contract already written up and then an addendum to that says that you can take ownership, like live in the property, have access to it before it actually closes. So you take responsibility, but you don't take over the mortgage itself. Like none of the title or anything's transferred in your name, but you start to gain equitable interest in it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It worked. Who would do this? And that was my mom's question. Who's going to do that? What kind of person would sell their property that way? But you know what? It presented ourselves, and it's the perfect family home for us now. So
yeah, and you probably gave that seller a win-win scenario that they might not have had.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because otherwise they may have been losing money on commissions or losing money on the spread of what comparables are on the market. If it's trying to only be sold on the MLS, really you gave them an out. You gave them a chance.
Oh, yeah. It was win-win, without a doubt, for sure. For him and he had other family on title as well, so he didn't want his mistakes to represent and mess up everybody else's on title. So.
Absolutely. We've also found a lot of success for that in the realty bubble for our clients. Now, I'm not a realtor right now. My husband is, Michelle Lafleur. He's with Remax Real Estate. He has helped other clients of ours actually close deals for agreement for sale or creative financing strategies and still get remunerated for it, which is great. So he still got paid for it, a referral fee or a commission, depending on how the deal was structured.
Yeah.
But this way, he helped our client, both on buyer and seller ends. We've had these come together now, create a sale or a transaction that wouldn't have been there otherwise.
Yep.
Right?
That's fantastic. That's awesome.
You know, realtors, everybody, you don't have to be limited to the box that you know of the MLS or whatever. There's lots of opportunity on there, done right. I think there's also a lot of other opportunity that doesn't need to be closed out, right?
And that's it. It's not just this little box. There's so many things, and the fact that that he knows those types of strategies are able to help clients get a home or move themselves forward or get out of debt or however it is for them to sell that they couldn't have done it that way is fantastic.
Yeah, we're just trying to be a strategic conduit to help people find opportunities and connect the dots, really, right? I think that's what that's all our goal. We do have fiduciary duty to our clients. We have responsibility to act honestly and fair and have everything laid out. And these are just extra tools in your toolkit that you can utilize to help more people, not just yourself, not just your own portfolio, right?
Yeah, and that's it. It all comes back to why we love real estate, because it really is so much to so many different people.
Yeah.
And I like that word, conduit. I love your language. I really do, because it is. You are a conduit to helping other people, and it brings that back to that togetherness.
Yeah.
And that we need to stand up and be champions for everybody else to achieve whatever their next step is.
Yeah.
Whatever their next step is. Because it can all happen through real estate.
It can. Lifestyle by design, being on purpose, creation, and just hanging out in space with people who want to help others and want to create opportunities.
Yeah, I like that. Lifestyle by design. It came and it really resonated with me, because that's what this is. That is what real estate is, and I've been able to morph my career in it by what suits me and where my life is and where my family is and what fits for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when I saw that lifestyle by design, it really resonated. So it works with real estate.
It does. We're creating families, well, we're not really creating families per se, but we're creating communities. We are affecting the communities around us with the properties that we buy, the ones we live in, our engagement level in those communities around us. If we all participated just a little bit more in our own backyard and supported everybody around us, a bit more of that neighborly approach.
Totally.
There's such an opportunity there, and the real estate that we choose to own and how we choose to manage it and the people who we choose to have live in it all affects that conversation, right?
Yeah, for sure. I'm very community driven. I love my center. I'm from Leduc, but I'm the only public at large that goes to city council meetings.
That's crazy.
Yeah, unless there's a public commentary or something's going on where someone's not happy, they don't. But I love going there, and I love knowing what's going on. Last Monday they had a big, massive transportation master plan.
Yeah.
And I got so jazzed. I was up all day long reading this thing because I want to know where the roads go, and I want to know that about my center because I'm very passionate about where we're going, and I'm very proud of my center. And so on a grounder scale, not just of the tenants, but on community. It's
community as a whole, right? So why do your fellow Leducians want to join you next time at the city hall meeting?
Well, I get a drive out of knowing where we're going, and I get a drive overseeing council sit there because they make the bylaws, they make the rules. There's the one that's actually stated if we can smoke marijuana and how it's going to work for our city.
Yep.
And they give you time in the beginning of council and at the end to have public commentary, so you can have your voice heard. So why not?
Participation, right?
Yeah, it's a little weird to sit up there because you got to say your name and where you live so they can put it down in the notes. And it's a little weird to do that, but it's important for me to have my voice heard because they do create our environment as a whole of Leduc. They are going to say where that road's going to go. They are going to be able to approve how many houses are being built in that community. And So why not voice it? And like affordable housing is massive for me in town.
Yep.
Because we don't, as much as Leduc is great, the affordability in that person who works at the new mall or that works at the Costco, it's harder for them to get a house that's not an apartment.
Absolutely.
So that's constantly one of the things that I bring up at council. Whenever they're like trying to build more houses, that's great. But where's that tenant going to live who's got that airport job, who's making $15 an hour?
Yeah.
Where are they going to rent?
How are they going to afford to live there? Yeah.
So, yeah, speak up.
I love that you and you're engaging like that. We're hoping to do, or not hoping to do, we're going to do more of that. There's one coming up in Royal Gardens on the 8th of November that Michelle and I plan to participate in. It's the planning of our neighborhood. So I think that there's so many opportunities to connect with those around us and seek to, raise the vibe. I'm all about raising the vibration, spreading joy, and just trying to connect and find more venues for love. It sounds kind of corny, but it's just...
But it's truth for you, and that's really what matters, is that you're speaking your truth for yourself. So, and hopefully it empowers other people to speak their truth.
Yeah.
Shine your light, and other people will shine their light too. We'll have the power to. So, yeah. Right?
This was fun.
Yeah.
Did you guys have fun? We had some fun.
Yeah, it was good.
Good to see everybody coming and connecting, and it was nice to have some engagement.
Very nice to meet you all.
Yeah. So we would still, even though we've heard from a couple of you, we want to hear from all of you. So tell us why you love real estate. What's in it for you? What is your big why? And let's participate. We have another. Oh, hi, Dad. Good to see you. Move closer together.
Okay. Thanks for the feedback.
Well, come on, now you tell us. We're almost done. Way to go. Snuggle up a bit. Well, we definitely can. This is the heart of real estate. So let's end it on a loving high note.
Where were you 30 minutes ago?
But he's here now, so that's what counts. And this is an evolution. So here's the second part of where I want to go with this. We have a couple of questions to ask you. Do you guys like the name The Heart of Real Estate? Does that resonate for you? If we start doing these chats on a regular basis every Tuesday, you want to hear us participate. Let us know what you want it to be called. And then should we also stream on Instagram? I don't know. We're just kind of learning this whole social media expertise, and we're wondering if maybe Facebook is the only way to go, or if you guys. I don't know. I guess we're only talking to Facebook people right now. But if you catch us and you prefer to watch us on Instagram, let us know.
For sure, absolutely.
Do you have any questions for our fans and followers?
No,
and friends?
just if you're going to watch it on replay, it'd be nice if you write replay in the notes so we can kind of see.
That's a good idea.
Where that's going and who's watching us, and if you have anything that you'd like us to talk about, please don't hesitate to write in the comments. We'd love to have a conversation that you want to hear or that you'd like to join in on.
Yep, we're just going to riff it from the heart. So you let us know what you want us to talk about on a weekly basis, and we'll fold it into the mix.
It does look better when we're.
It does. Yeah. This is so much better. We've been like this the whole time.
Oh, next time.
Next time. Marked improvement. Right? Marked improvement next time. Okay, see you guys later next time. Bye.